We did it, ladies and gentlemen. Premier League champions once more for Manchester City for the 2020-2021 season. What a marvellous achievement by Manchester City. We're going to be discussing everything that there is to discuss about this massive accomplishment by Manchester City. But first, what's going on, guys? JSGC here, and we are here for another Manchester City video. Before I crack on with the full extent of breaking down Manchester City's Premier League season and what has led to this remarkable achievement by us, I just want to say, if you want to help to support my channel, then do subscribe, press that red button, press the bell and put your push notifications on. It is free to subscribe. Don't forget also you can find my social media links there in the description below and sliding across at the bottom of the screen if you want to go and follow me on my Twitter and Instagram. My email also in the description below too if you want to hit me up for any sponsorships for any videos or any general business inquiries. Leave a thumbs up if you do enjoy this video. Let's aim for 300 likes. Any help towards that would be much appreciated, and also don't forget to leave your thoughts in the comments below as I'm always interested in what you do have to say. Lastly, this video is sponsored. It's brought to you by the best footballing app out there, OneFootball.
This video is brought to you by OneFootball. If you want to download the OneFootball app, all you need to do is press the link at the top of my description, which will take you forward to where you can download this app. The OneFootball app is extremely useful if you are a huge football fan just like me. It provides you with the latest footballing news, transfer news, and the latest videos as well. It is one source of information of where I get my transfer news from. It also allows you to see the latest scores with what's happening in the footballing world. If you just click on a game, including any Manchester City game, it will not only bring up the latest team news, but it will also bring up the latest statistics and keep you up to date with everything happening in that game. If you want to download this app, all you need to do is press the link at the top of the description to stay up to date.
Thank you very much to OneFootball for sponsoring this video. If you want to go and download the OneFootball app and help to support the future content created here on my channel, then press that link at the top of my description. That'll take you to the download page to download OneFootball. OneFootball is the best footballing app out there in my opinion. It's also a free app to download, so if you do want to stay up to date with all the latest football fixtures, results, live statistics, live league tables, what channel you can view the game on, as well as the latest football news and transfer news, then it's well worth downloading. Without further ado, let's crack on with this video. Premier League champions, ladies and gentlemen. We are Premier League champions once more. What an amazing achievement. Just think back right to the beginning of the season. Manchester City, we faced Wolves away from home, put in a decent performance and won that game. The next game, at home against Leicester, we got battered. We lost 5-2 at home to Leicester City, and I thought, here we go again. And from there, for the first 10 games or so, City really stumbled and struggled to get going. Who would have thought that Manchester City, at that moment, would end up going on a fantastic winning streak throughout all of the winter and end up putting ourselves into a strong contention to win the Premier League and actually be able to achieve that. It's a remarkable achievement. Along with that, we've won the Carabao Cup as well, and we're also for the first time ever into the final of the Champions League as well. We could well be doing another treble. It's going to be a massive, massive deal for Manchester City if we can do that. It's 2 down, 1 to go. We've not had a pre-season. We had a couple of weeks recovery from the previous season after playing in the Champions League last season and getting through to the quarter-final stage. We had, what was it, recovery time? Was it 3 weeks or so? Players will have been out of training for maybe a week or two's rest. It's a remarkable achievement that we've managed to achieve what we have managed to achieve. What a massive accomplishment it has been by Manchester City, not just by Pep Guardiola and his coaching staff, but also the players and all the other staff that work at Manchester City that have made this possible, and of course all the fans that have been supporting the club at home, and also fans that have been lucky enough to be able to get to any Manchester City game this season in a season that's been very difficult with no supporters there due to the coronavirus pandemic that we have been going on through since 2020. So yeah, It's been a really difficult, struggling season for Manchester City. It must be very difficult for the players and the coaching staff to get much motivation without the fans being there. And so to be able to come out and win the Premier League once more is a brilliant achievement. Now what I'm going to do is I'm going to break down this video. I'm going to break it down player by player and have a look at just how they've helped Manchester City to be so successful this season, regardless of what happens in the Champions League final. Manchester City, you can't take away from them, have the Premier League trophy and the Carabao Cup trophy as well, a cup double. That is a remarkable achievement by Manchester City. It's a brilliant achievement, and so yeah, the players and the staff should all be extremely proud of themselves and what they have managed to achieve this season with so little recovery time, with players having to play every 3 to 4 days, playing more games sandwiched into a smaller season. The season started in September, not August, so we've had to play a month less to get the season still finished by the end of May, and then going into a European Championship, which was cancelled last year, which is taking place this summer instead. So squeezing everything in, it must be so tiring. The players must be exhausted. So I'm hoping that they're all taking this time to be able to soak it all in and make it worthwhile, all of their hard work. That hard work does really pay off. So well done to Manchester City, well done to all the players, well done to all the coaching staff, well done to all of the staff that work at Manchester City, and well done to all the supporters that have shown fantastic support throughout all of the last season and also the previous seasons as well. This is what it's like to support a club that can win the Premier League, and it's nice to be able to say that. I've been a City supporter now for just short of 20 years. I've seen us go through some pretty difficult spells, flirting with relegation, lingering in and around the old Division 1 as it was back then as well. Yeah, we've come a long way since then. So yeah, brilliant, absolutely brilliant. So breaking it down, Ederson, outstanding season once more, loves keeping clean sheets, loves getting assists. Shame he's not been able to take a penalty. Maybe soon. Maybe. It would be nice to see, but he's had a fantastic season, Ederson. And Zack Steffen's done a job as well in being able to play second fiddle to Ederson as well. He's stepped up whenever he's needed to. He's played in the cup competitions. He's never looked like he's been out of place, and it must be very difficult being a backup goalkeeper when you do get given minutes that you've got to perform to the highest level, considering you haven't played for weeks and weeks and weeks. It must be so difficult for Zack Steffen, and I'm sure this is a massive learning opportunity for him, and I'm hoping he's taking everything away from it. It's helping him to be more successful in his career. I'm just wondering how long it's going to be before Zack Steffen wants to be a first team player and playing on a regular basis rather than playing second fiddle to Ederson. But still, no doubt, in this moment, Zack Steffen has helped Manchester City to achieve the goals that we've achieved. So a big kudos to him and a big kudos to Ederson as well. But not also them, the other goalkeepers, Scott Carson, the man that's not made an appearance for Manchester City, but a bit of a cult legend, the legend himself. Getting a Premier League trophy to be able to lift is really nice. And also James Trafford as well, taking a big learning opportunity away from hanging around the squad that are now Premier League champions, and I'm sure he'll prosper that throughout the rest of his footballing career. So it's a really good learning opportunity for the young players to be able to have a taste of this as well. And it's not just James Trafford, I'm talking players like Tommy Doyle, I'm also talking players like Liam Delap that have been in and around the first team squad as well. It's going to be taking a lot away from this, and hopefully that'll help them to prosper in their career. Now looking to our defence, let's speak about Ruben Diaz. What a signing he has been. He is 100% the signing of the season. Now there's also talk that he's going to be the young player of the season, which of course he falls into that category. I have no doubt that he'll win that. There is talk of a possible player of the season award for him as well. He's been that good for Manchester City. I don't think he'll win it, because I don't think the PFA will want the young player and the player of the year to be won by the same player. I think as a backup they'll give him the young player of the year and give the player of the year to another player, which, considering how great Manchester City have been, Champions League final, a Premier League trophy, a Carabao Cup, will come so close to a potential quadruple. How can you not be giving player of the year to a Manchester City player? You need to be giving it to the best Manchester City player, and it's very difficult to be able to argue against that. Ruben Diaz has been Manchester City's most consistent, most best player this season. He has been outstanding. He has helped Manchester City become leaps and bounds going forward with their defensive attributes. He's been a superb signing. He looks so composed, so organised. What a player Ruben Diaz is. He's younger than me. which is absolutely remarkable. What a season he's had. Ruben Diaz should be enjoying this, and this is why he joined Manchester City. This is what he wanted to do. This is what he wanted to become, a City player, to win the biggest trophies. Doesn't get much bigger than the Premier League, so massive congratulations to him. And let's speak about his partner, John Stones. Lots of people beginning the season, sell John Stones. People need to be eating humble pie, in my opinion. I said John Stones is a class player, shouldn't be sold on the cheap. I still backed him because I've seen what he can do, just needed the confidence. Once he's got the confidence, a good playing partner that suits his style, like Ruben Diaz, look how much John Stones has started to prosper because of that. And because of his partnership with Ruben Diaz that he's formed, it's helped Manchester City to keep clean sheets. It's helped Man City that if we go 1-0 ahead, we are more than capable of holding on to that 1-0 lead. Now, under Pep Guardiola in previous seasons, we could not do that. This season, though, we can. Ruben Diaz, John Stones, they're the reason why. Fantastic seasons from both of them, so big congratulations to them. Aymeric Laporte, he's had to play second fiddle. It's been a very frustrating season for him, no doubt. No doubt in his qualities, though. Absolutely fantastic. Without Aymeric Laporte in helping the Manchester City squad, we don't achieve the goals that we achieve. So big congratulations to him, and I'm backing him to be able to break into that Manchester City side next season. You're not class for no reason, and that's exactly what Aymeric Laporte is. He has all the qualities there, and I'm sure at some point he will break back into that Manchester City team and make that position his own. No doubt. And also Nathan Ake, another player brought in. Again, has had to play second fiddle for Manchester City. Spent a good part of the season injured, but when he has come in, he's looked quick, he's looked sharp, he's looked good in the air, he's scored goals for Manchester City. He's a really good player, and I'm excited for the future of Nathan Ake. I'm hoping the rumours of him potentially leaving Manchester City aren't true, because I firmly don't believe we've seen the best of Nathan Ake yet. I always say this, when a player signs 2 seasons, they need 2 seasons before I can judge them. Nathan Ake, though, for everything that's, whilst played second fiddle, hasn't been on the pitch as much as maybe what he was hoping for. Every time I have seen him in a Manchester City shirt, he's looked good. And again, just like Laporte, without Nathan Ake, we don't achieve the goals that we have achieved. Now, other defenders, Kyle Walker, brilliant season. Congratulations to him. Joao Cancelo started to look tired towards the back parts of this season, but for the majority of the season he's been playing near enough every single game, and what a season he's had. He's been an absolutely sensational player for Manchester City. He's shown just what I was saying. First season, difficult to judge. Second season, when they start getting the games and they're getting more minutes and they're getting used to the systems and playing under Pep, it starts to work, and it's worked, and he's come on leaps and bounds, in my opinion, Joao Cancelo. So he's had an outstanding season. So has Kyle Walker. Oleksandr Zinchenko as well has had a fantastic season for Manchester City. People were calling for him to be sold, me included. I'm going to go and eat humble pie. He's been outstanding for Manchester City, helping us get to the Champions League final, helping us to win the Premier League, helping us to get to the semi-final of the FA Cup, and helping us to win the Carabao Cup. Oleksandr Zinchenko needs to stand up and take a bow. What a season he has had. And Benjamin Mendy, he started to look sharper towards the back parts of this season as well. So again, without him, we don't win the Premier League. So a big congratulations to Benjamin Mendy. If we aren't to go for a left back, then Benjamin Mendy maybe next year might just be the year that he can start to kick on under in a Manchester City shirt. He needs to keep himself injury free, keep working hard and putting in them strong defensive performances, and also offensively going forward, getting them dangerous crosses in. He's even bagged himself a goal for Manchester City this season. So yeah, he's had a good season as well, particularly in this second half of the season, in my opinion. Now moving on to the midfield, Fernandinho, Rodri, both outstanding. Congratulations to them. Enjoy the Premier League. They both deserve it. Fernandinho, I really am hoping this is not going to be the last trophy that he lifts for Manchester City. I'm hoping he's going to have a 12-month extension, is what I'm hoping for. But if it is to be the last trophy that he lifts, it's a big trophy to lift. But there is one more thing for us to go at, and it would be very fitting not only for Aguero to leave, but for Fernandinho as well, if they leave lifting the Champions League trophy as well. What a season that would be for 2 club legends for Manchester City. Now, moving on to the other players in midfield, Ilkay Gundogan has had an outstanding season. He's been amazing. Again, he's another player like John Stones that's come on leaps and bounds. People were calling for him to be sold. Going to include myself, because I did say that in the summer. I wanted Husam Aura in, and I wanted Ilkay Gundogan out. I don't want that anymore. Ilkay Gundogan has been brilliant. When Kevin De Bruyne got injured in January, everyone was doom and gloom. Who stepped up to the plate? Ilkay Gundogan. And because of Ilkay Gundogan, went on that big winning streak, which has ultimately helped us to win the Premier League. So Ilkay Gundogan should be very, very proud of himself right now. Well done to Ilkay Gundogan. Bernardo Silva has done Bernardo Silva. He's had another good season for Manchester City. Always good to see. Moving on to the wingers as well. Riyad Mahrez struggled first half of the season. Second half of the season started to show just what he can do. perhaps even better than what he was last season, and he had an outstanding season last season, Riyad Mahrez. Without Riyad Mahrez, we don't get to the Champions League final. It's as simple as that. Outstanding against PSG, Riyad Mahrez was, and he's not just PSG. There's been numerous games this season in the Premier League, in the big games, in the Champions League games as well, where he's helped Manchester City to get to where they are at, and Riyad Mahrez should be very proud of himself as well. Phil Foden's another player we need to speak about. What a season he has had. He's been an amazing player for Manchester City. This has been the season that Phil Foden has really stepped into his own. He's gone from that young boy, that young Manchester City player. Can he make it? Can he be the next big thing? Into a really mature young man, into a player that's more than capable of performing on the football field, on the biggest stages against the biggest players. What a season he's had. His performance that he had at Anfield in helping us to break that Anfield hoodoo, one of the highlights of the season, was nothing short of sublime, and I'm hoping that will long continue for Manchester City. Now, Ferran Torres, again, another player, second season he's got under his belt for next season before we can judge his performances, but when he has played, I think he's looked pretty sharp. He's looked like he's got potential there. There's something there with Ferran Torres. We picked him up for a good price. He's got games under his belt. He's scored goals for Manchester City, particularly when playing in the centre-forward role, when we've had both Jesus and Aguero not fit to play, that when he has stepped up to play in that attacking role, he's done really well and he's scored goals. So I think there's something there with Ferran Torres. I don't know about you, but I certainly think there's something there. And I think, again, he's another player that's helped Manchester City to achieve their goals. So is Raheem Sterling. He's not had a stronger season as what he has had in other previous seasons for Manchester City. I'm not going to beat around the bush with that. However, he's a sublime player, Raheem Sterling. Just like Aymeric Laporte, I'm backing him to put in strong performances. I think he just needs a goal and an assist, get that under his belt in a game, and I think his confidence will come oozing back. And then, if that does happen, you'll start to see the best out of Raheem Sterling. That'll do his confidence the world of good going into the back parts, into the Champions League final, into the European Championships as well in the summer as well for Raheem Sterling. I suspect he's going to be starting for England, so that will do him the world of good. Now, looking towards the striking role, we have had Kevin De Bruyne playing there, so let's speak about Kevin De Bruyne. What a player he is. He's outstanding. Wasn't hitting the heights in the first half of the season as what he hit in the previous season when he set or joined the assist record Kevin De Bruyne did. Second half of the season, though, playing in that new false 9 position for Manchester City, looked really sharp. Do Manchester City need a striker? That is the question, because Kevin De Bruyne, he can perform, he can drop deeper, he can move to the left, he can move to the right, he can play up top, he can score goals, he can score free kicks, he can put in wicked balls in from the left, from the right, and he can score goals as well. In my opinion, the only game that De Bruyne needs to improve on is his corner-taking ability. Go look at City's corners, watch De Bruyne take corners. It's not something you'd expect from King Kevin De Bruyne, if I'm honest, but he's had a brilliant season. Kevin De Bruyne, I feel like he's becoming Mr. Manchester City. We've had this spine of players that have come and gone from Manchester City under Mancini, the Yaya Torres, the Sergio Agueros that's going to be leaving, the Pablo Zaballetas, the Vincent Kompanies, etc., etc. And we need a new spine, and I feel like that new spine will be led by Kevin De Bruyne. He's a player now that's been here for a fair few seasons, and he just seems to be getting better and better. He's such a brilliant player, isn't he, Kevin De Bruyne? So well done to him for winning another Premier League trophy. It's why he left Chelsea. He wanted to play games and win trophies, and that is what he's done at Manchester City. Now, Gabriel Jesus, again, a player that's been suspect, a bit hit and miss. Some fans criticise him, some fans love him. Again, without him, we don't win the Premier League, we don't get to the Champions League final. He scored a lot of important goals for Manchester City. He pops up in the right place at the right time. He's a very flamboyant striker, can be frustrating at times as well. But I do rate Gabriel Jesus. I think he's a good player to have in an attacking position for Manchester City, and he's going to be losing his attacking partner in Sergio Aguero, who I'm going to speak about in just one moment. But congratulations to Gabriel Jesus, another Premier League trophy for him to enjoy, and he can go and enjoy it with his Brazilian teammates Fernandinho and Ederson as well there. So yeah, he looks very settled, Gabriel Jesus. Just hoping he can start to find the net more and more is what we're looking for from a striker for Manchester City. Ultimately, I do think we'll sign a striker in the summer. We'll be looking for more goals, so there'll be more competition there for Jesus to compete with, but I'm backing him that he can compete and do a job for Manchester City. He's a player that Pep likes to play with and work with, so yeah, no concerns there. Now, last player, Sergio Aguero, club legend himself, the player famous for the 93-20 moment, the Premier League goal that won Manchester City the trophy, snatching it away from Manchester City in injury time against Queen's Park Rangers. He's been at Manchester City for 10 seasons. He's winning another Premier League. He's just a complete legend, and he deserves to sit alongside Vincent Kompany with a statue outside of the Etihad Stadium. I'm looking forward to them statues being erected outside the Etihad, because it's yeah, it's that moment. He's a big game player, loves scoring the big goals for Manchester City. Manchester City's all-time top goal scorer. He's going to end his Manchester City career lifting the Premier League trophy, and domestically I couldn't think of any better way for Aguero to leave Manchester City, ending it still at the top of his game. Scores goals for Manchester City. He's there, he looks sharp. There's a team that's out there that's going to sign Sergio Aguero, and he's still got a bit of his prime left in him, so whoever signs him are going to get themselves a fantastic football player. But it's a brilliant way this for Aguero to end his career at Manchester City. Aguero did make a comment about 5-6 years ago saying he won't leave Manchester City till he's won the Champions League. He has one shot at it, the European Cup final coming up against Chelsea. Can he go and do that for Manchester City? And that would be a fitting way for Manchester City's all-time top goal scorer, the club legend, to leave Manchester City. Now, one thing I'm going to say, just before I end this video, it would be really nice for the North Stand, the family stand, I think, to be renamed the Sergio Aguero stand. It's the stand that Aguero scored that moment against Queen's Park Rangers in the Premier League back in 2012, and I think it'd be really nice to have that stand named after him, in my opinion, in dedication to a club legend in Aguero. What he's achieved for Manchester City and what he's done for Manchester City, it's not going to be repeated ever again. He is right up there with the Colin Bells for Manchester City, because that is what he has achieved for City, and in my opinion I think it would be fitting to have the stand that he scored that famous goal named after him. So yeah, I think I'd also help people to go into that stand, and because I think it'd be a good thing for lots of people that want to visit Manchester City to say they've sat in the stand in front of the goal where Aguero scored that goal. That's just my opinion. So there we go, that has been the video. Massive congratulations to Manchester City. What a season it has been. Premier League champions. I'll repeat it again for you all to enjoy. Premier League champions. What a season it's been by Manchester City. Thank you everyone for watching. I do hope everyone is safe and well. Leave a thumbs up if you did enjoy this video. 300 likes is what we're aiming for. Don't forget also to leave your thoughts in the comments below. Go and subscribe to my channel if you're new around here. Press that red button, press the bell, and put your push notifications on. Don't forget social media links in the description below, sliding across at the bottom of the screen if you want to go and follow me on my Twitter and Instagram. My email also in the description below if you want to hit me up for any sponsorships for any videos or any general business enquiries. A big thank you and a big shout out to today's video sponsor, OneFootball. Go and check out their app in the description below. Press that link at the top of my description. It'll take you to the download page to download the OneFootball app. It is free. Downloading the app through that link does help to support the future content that I create on this channel as well. Thank you to everyone that has downloaded the OneFootball app through me so far. It is much appreciated. And I'll see you all again on the other side. Premier League, tick. Carabao Cup, tick. Champions League, pending. Can we go and do it? I think we can. What a season this has been by Manchester City. Fully enjoyable. The only shame, no fans in the stadium. Hopefully for next season we'll have full capacity once more to enjoy just what a brilliant team this is that Pep Guardiola has got on his hands, that he's helped to create. So there we go, that's been the video. Thank you everyone for watching. I hope everyone is safe and well. I've been JSGC. Peace. Ciao for now. Premier League champions once more. Love it.